Good morning, everyone. This is your host Aditya, and welcome to India's number one show with India's number one host, the weekly show with Aditya. India New Zealand match is in certainly peculiar position. New Zealand are 191 for 5. Ross Taylor is the last recognized batsman standing with all-rounders to come. Now Mitchell Satna has come to the crease with around 60 balls to go, and Hardik Pandya, after a couple of months break, comes back and picks up the big wicket. So his utility has already been shown that he is the one which India was missing, and Vijay Shankar, though it could be, as we could call it, a little harsh on that guy, but yes, his utility was only as a fill-in for Hardik Pandya. As we see, 7.5 overs, 5 for 191, and we come to the end of the 40th over. A beautiful slower bouncer to Henry Nichols, and he edged it to Dinesh Karthik. Yes, Karthik is your keeper today. MS Dhoni is taking a rest, so they just want to check if Karthik can be that impact player which Dhoni has been so long. When India chase a total, and they would be chasing somewhere between 260 and 270 unless New Zealand collapse. What about the match between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan? Yes, the rivalry has certainly gone to the next level, as we saw Daniel Bryan pushing AJ Styles off the top of the steel post. As Styles is clutching his arm, Daniel Bryan comes through the bottom rope and then he drives him into the steel post, and AJ Styles is almost knocked out. So what a rivalry this has been for the past 6 months. Once again, Bryan drags Styles into the ring and he will look to pin him. And there they come. Kick right to the face. As Styles is now struggling with a injured arm, and now Daniel Bryan will try to take advantage of that arm as he once again focusing on that injured arm, the left arm, which AJ Styles is now struggling as he bends it over. An arm which should not be bent in such a manner, as Daniel Bryan shows his ruthless side as he goes for the pinfall, but Styles manages to kick out in one. Once again, Bryan focusing on the arm, and Styles has no answer for it as he hovers to the bottom rope. Styles is struggling to get any kind of movement on that arm. He is trying to drag himself to the bottom rope, and he does. So Bryan will have to break the submission hold, and it gives Styles valuable time to take some. It gives him as once again Bryan a couple of strikes by AJ Styles using his right arm. Now AJ Styles going for the and kick out in two. Wow. Wow. Going for the submission hold once again.
Kicks right to the face. Half kicks over and over to the side of AJ's face.
As you can see how Daniel Bryan keeps his move, tries to make sure that Styles is unable to kick out. But now Styles puts his foot on the bottom rope and we have a break. Styles is really struggling to get any momentum in this match, as we see Daniel Bryan with that smirk on his face. Once again, kick to the side. Really a ruthless a bad situation for AJ Styles, who has been clamoring for a championship opportunity, and here he is against Daniel Bryan. Once again, Styles has had no momentum in this match, as Daniel Bryan has kept the once again big punches to the face.
Bryan, obsessed with enforcing his role, is so.
Wow, this has been Daniel Bryan. Everyone has been waiting to see that what would happen if Daniel Bryan lost. Now AJ Styles fighting back, couple of chops, but Daniel Bryan once again trying to get some momentum is AJ Styles. Now couple of punches by Styles on the face. Boom. Now leg strikes, but uppercut by Daniel Bryan. As beautiful drop kick by AJ Styles, giving him some valuable time to get himself back, get his arm back in shape as we see nosebleed. Once again, now Styles beginning to gather momentum. Wow, a neck backbreaker. Wow, what a counter. Neckbreaker. 1, 2, and Bryan kicks out in 2.5. AJ Styles, you can see how that nose has been burst open and it will affect his momentum and breathing. And now AJ Styles trying some of that tactic on his opponent Daniel Bryan. Meanwhile, New Zealand have now slowed down a bit. It's all up to Ross Taylor to get this match into that area of zone of safety. New Zealand at least need 270 and 280 to give their bowlers a chance to defend a total, because with Hardik Pandya in the team, they get that power hitter down the ground which they are clamoring for. And with MS Dhoni rested, it's up to the likes of Hardik and Karthik and Jadhav to make sure that the middle order is safe, because this will be an exciting run chase. New Zealand may not get to that 300, but if Santner, Sodhi and Bracewell, who batted beautifully in the last match, if they can get going as Pandya delivers a wide down the leg side. Meanwhile, Daniel Bryan has spent a couple of yes kicks, formerly the yes movement, couple of sharp kicks to the chest as Bryan goes for a running knee, and wow, beautiful drop kick. This time AJ Styles counters him, but Daniel Bryan is up to it as he goes for that lock, goes for the headlock side slam, and AJ Styles hasn't had any answer. Once again, Daniel Bryan going for the and kicks out into AJ Styles. Wow, what a match this has been. A classic for one to see. The winner of this match will face the winner of the Royal Rumble. Though we still have the Finn Balor Brock Lesnar match to come, and that will be another iconic, which has been labelled as the David Goliath match.
Oh, the wobbly legs. Daniel Bryan continuing the attack.
Now going to the top rope and looking for a superplex. Both men dangerously perched on the top rope. What is Bryan trying to do? Oh my god. Uh-oh. He's caught him. AJ Styles has caught him. He is going for the Styles clash on the rope, and Styles has Bryan breaks the hold and Styles goes tumbling out of the ring from the bottom rope. Both these men are determined to main event WrestleMania, and we have a champion's advantage. AJ Styles has to pin or submit the champion. Countouts will not do. So Styles has to up his game and make sure that he is able to get one. Once again, Bryan comes trying a suicide dive, but he goes through the ropes as AJ Styles coming running on the apron, and a knee to the face which sends Bryan tumbling out of the ring and onto the area, mat area. Sends AJ Styles onto the security barricades. Now Styles going for that sunset flip. Wow, what a maneuver.
Hellacious impact on the reverse DDT.
What a reverse DDT by AJ Styles off the security barricades and onto the hard floor. As the referee counts, Styles sends Bryan back into the ring. Now Styles looking for the phenomenal forearm. Getting ready on the bottom rope. He goes for a 450 splash, but Bryan caught him with knees. The knees right onto his stomach, and now Bryan going for the yes lock.
The lapel lock on AJ Styles.
Now focusing on his nose, which has been struggling, he's going for that lock. Will AJ Styles tap out? That will be his biggest defeat if he taps out.
This is a very bad situation.
A very bad situation for AJ Styles. His nose as Bryan tries to keep the lock. Wow! Look at Styles. 2 and a kick out. Now Styles trying for the angle lock.
AJ
Now, will Daniel Bryan tap out? But AJ Styles not able to get. This time he's got the lock, but Bryan goes on to the bottom rope and Styles will have to kick out. This has been a hellacious match between two of the most elite competitors in all WWE. Both men now down struggling as they try to keep themselves on their toes. Now Styles lifting him up. Wow, what a kick! And Styles staggers down to the floor as Daniel Bryan feels his knee. Couple of strikes to the left arm of AJ Styles as Daniel Bryan tries to keep that arm free to make sure. Wow, Styles has been in trouble once again now. Meanwhile, the match has taken an interesting turn and New Zealand are now 201 for 6 in 42.2 overs, with only Ross Taylor being the last man standing for them. He will have to do something special, and Doug Bracewell has already proved himself to be an elite all-rounder, and he will have to do what he did in the last match with a couple of big hits when he went to his 50. This time he cuts away, and that has been cut straight for a 6. What a shot. For a boundary, in fact. That was an uppercut as Shikhar Dhawan went flying but missed the match, but missed a short delivery on his knee, on his toes. It was a brilliant effort. It just eluded Shikhar Dhawan and it goes to the point boundary for a beautiful 4. Meanwhile, Styles and Bryan continue to keep the momentum flowing. Now, Styles and Bryan are perched on the top rope. Styles trying for a dangerous maneuver over here. Wow, couple of beautiful headbutts trying to make sure that Daniel Bryan has no idea of where he is. Trying to stun him. Now as Styles and Bryan are on the top rope, but gone on. Well, Bryan counters and Styles lands hard on the steel post. Now Bryan perched on the top rope going for a superplex. As once again Bryan targets his nose. But AJ Styles trying to counter this maneuver. This has been one heck of a match. Both. Oh my god. No. Wow. This Styles is able to stand on his knees.
Styles has got new life here in this matchup. Looking for the calf crusher once again.
Once again, calf pressure. As he looks for the calf pressure, will Daniel Bryan tap out this time? But Bryan trying to get hold of the bottom rope and Styles is up to it as he drags him back to the center of the ring, looking for the calf pressure, absolutely making a mess of Bryan's knee. Once again, kick out in 2.5. Both these men are exhausted. They have no idea where they are. 43.1 overs. Shami bowls. Gone! That's a run out. Will that be a run out? As Pandya gets one. It was a very risky run by Doug Bracewell as Shami had bowled. He dropped and he struck the ball and ran. The all-rounder Doug Bracewell, and this will be a very close call. But it seems that New Zealand are getting lucky with runouts today, as a third runout has found them inside the line. So another save for New Zealand as they survive another moment and they take the score to 6 for 207. They were in the match at all point in time. It was a risky run, but it was a run nevertheless. Each run is crucial in this match. As Shami comes in and bowls his 7th over, he bowls to Ross Taylor, gets on the pads, and this will be a boundary. Flicked away, moves on to 85. Thus, Ross Taylor and New Zealand are now 211 for 6. Just down the leg side, and he glances the ball past the keeper in an area where you normally don't find fielders. A beautiful glance shot, and with Ross Taylor around in this match, New Zealand certainly have a chance as he can accelerate in epic proportions. 43.3 overs, 6 for 211. Bracewell on 9. Taylor on 85 of 98 as he has done the acceleration as expected of him this time, drops it and runs. Brilliant running between the wickets, and it keeps India searching for that wicket. Certainly a better performance for New Zealand in this match. They were struggling at 60 for 3 before Latham and Taylor had that brilliant partnership, and there was a flurry of wickets before Taylor's presence certainly puts one team has smiles about Taylor's presence, while the other team will be sweating. As long as Taylor is there, he's going to stitch partnerships with the younger guys, especially he can guide the likes of Bracewell. This time Bracewell pulls it away, but that will be only a single. So this takes the score to 6 for 213 after 6.5 overs. Shami's 6.5 overs. This has been a very interesting match, and it will be another interesting chase because this is Kohli's last match before he gets a break, so he would want to go with a win, and Shami gets ready to bowl the last ball of his 7th over. He comes in, bowls to Taylor. Taylor this time takes a single, smart batting, good over for New Zealand. As they get 7 from it, it's 6 for 214. Meanwhile, Styles and Bryan continue to fight it out. This time, wow, what a suplex. Styles goes further and kicks out in 2.5. That was a very close call for AJ Styles, as then Bryan keeps the match going as he survives this very important match. This is absolutely brilliant. This is an epic performance by both these men as they continue to fight it out in this, and they can't believe that one hasn't pinned the other. Now to bowl his 10th over, and this time he bowls a wide. So he has had a good performance today. Hardik Pandya, 9.1, 9 overs, 2 for 38. This time Styles, well, he is struggling. He is looking for that phenomenal forearm as he goes on the top of the rope, but Bryan gets caught him with a kick. Wow. Pele kick to Bryan. Brilliant counter by Styles. Both these men have been going at each other counter for counter. Meanwhile, couple of wides by as Pandya tries slow delivery, good bowling. That is really good bowling by Hardik Pandya. 9.1 overs, 2 for 38. It's been a complete performance by him. Couple of important wickets. It was slow delivery. Completely deceived Ross Taylor. And Pandya getting his 10 overs, it means that the pressure of Jadhav was lifted. Now, if he can come up with a good performance while batting, it will be a complete day. This time he goes over the top, and that's a boundary. It was slow delivery, and it goes over the keeper's head, and he gets a very lucky boundary. It was a slower bouncer. Taylor going for the sweep, gets caught up in the shot, and it just parries over the keeper's head into the third man area with nobody over there, and he goes to 91, Ross Taylor. So as I said, Ross Taylor's presence keeps New Zealand's hopes to getting that total between 250 and 260, which will be enough on this pitch. As Pandya comes to bowl another ball, bowling his third ball. This time he flicks it away, but that will be a dot ball. So good bowling. 91 of 103 balls by Ross Taylor. After 2 matches which did not go as per his expectation, he comes back in this match and he has really performed well. It came right off the toe of the bat and it just flew over the keeper's head. So that was a lucky boundary. Nothing the keeper could have done about it. As Pandya comes in to bowl his 4th ball. This time smart batting, takes a single, and they get 6 runs of this over which they wanted. Quietly maneuvering Pandya. Now it will be up to the likes of Bhuvneshwar and Shami if they can come and contribute in the manner they should be doing. Now it will be how the death bowlers in Bhuvneshwar, Shami, and a few overs by the spinners, how that part can be manipulated by Bracewell. Bracewell has already played well for his 10 of 12. So he should have been promoted ahead of Santner if that was the case, if they were looking to push him, because at number 6-7 you can go at any point you want to go. After Bracewell's performance in the last match at the same ground, he should have been promoted to number 7 ahead of all-rounder Mitchell Santner. As Pandya comes to bowl his 5th ball, this time another slow delivery, but they take the single. Good batting. They get 7 of this over so far. That's smart batting by these two. And this partnership is now 14 runs. A good partnership. And now Taylor looking for another 100 as he has moved on to 92 of 104. So if he can stay right till the end of the match, New Zealand have a good chance of getting to a defendable total as they have a good bowling lineup, and it will be pressure on the openers and the middle order, which today does not have Dhoni, so Karthik will have to do that part. This time we take a single to third man, ends the over at 6 for 2-2-2 after 45 overs. Well, we have an update on the match. Ross Taylor has been given out as he goes for the review. It's 2-2 for 7 and Shami has picked up his wicket. It's a fair delivery. Can we move on to front on spin vision please? It was a good delivery by Shami. That's an edge. That's gone. That is gone. That's a good catch. That is an absolute edge. It has taken the bottom of the bat and also touched the pads. Well, has it touched the pads first? He's been given out. So a huge blow for New Zealand as Shami picks up the big wicket of Ross Taylor and they will be very, very disappointed. It's a good knock by Ross Taylor of 93, but he needed to stay right till the end to have any chance of taking the total onto a good score. Now New Zealand will have to work very hard to get to a respectable total. Well, Ish Sodhi is now in the crease and New Zealand move on to 7 for 2-4, and they are certainly struggling in this situation. So it will be up to likes of Sodhi and Bracewell, and more importantly Bracewell, to hit those big sixes, because if Sodhi can support Bracewell, they can get to a respectable score, and any total between 240 and 250 will be a hard one to chase as this wicket is starting to slow down. This time a dot ball as he beats Sodhi with a beautiful slower ball. What an over for Mohammad Shami. It's been a brilliant over, 2 runs and a wicket, and what a match he's had in the last 6 matches against Australia and 3 against New Zealand. He has resurrected himself as a bowler of this format and certainly kept a few of them out. Though for me, Khalil Ahmed is going to the World Cup. He should be there in the team. In fact, like Jai Richardson, Khalil Ahmed should get a chance to play in the test matches. But that's for another day, as Mohammad Shami bowls his last ball, and that will be a single as New Zealand move on to 7 for 2-5 after 46 overs. India need 245 to win at just under 5 runs per over, and it will be a crucial test for the middle order. But let's see how the top 3 go. If they can get that partnership between 60 and 70 in the 10 overs, then the match is firmly placed in India's hand. But this will be a good test for the middle order as India prepares for life after Dhoni. Certainly after the 2019 World Cup, there is an inkling that he may retire, and he may do it in his enigmatic style of not announcing to anyone and not needing to be given a guard of honor or any kind of emotion. If he does retire, it will be a quiet retirement, but that's for another day, as this match is a preparation for a Dhoni match without Dhoni. Let's see how they go about. But if the top 3 can continue to get a partnership, there will be less pressure on number 4, 5, 6, 7. Though the presence of Pandya has certainly made the match in that situation that India can win this. If they win this, it will be another series win in a foreign country. They beat South Africa last year 5-1. They unfortunately lost to England 2-1. It was a close series. Then they beat Australia 2-1 and a chance of beating 3-0. So out of 4 top countries, India would have beaten 3 of them. That will be a great achievement which has not been done before. Thank you for listening to this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode.